did the right thing. You were no doubt dangled a big bag of cash. You didn't succumb to that. But in fact, you may have heard there, John Mappin, numbers released by GB News exclusively today, a 17.4% increase in the numbers of people in asylum hotels in Britain since the Labour Party came into power. What do you make of that?
Well, Martin, thank you very much for having me on. I mean, this isn't an asylum. This is a state-sponsored invasion. The government is clearly not stopping illegal migration. It's actively facilitating it. And we are funding our own cultural erasure. It's not mismanagement, it's a betrayal sort of dressed up as compassion. I mean, I just got back from Europe, actually, and I attended a dinner there with some French and German financiers. And sort of after dinner, they were joking and laughing about this situation. And the truth of the matter is this is a European plan. This is a sort of a Brexit revenge. It's a national sabotage. 9 million a day to house strangers where our veterans are sleeping on the street. I mean, it's like a systematic demoralization of the British people. Veterans, elderly, you know, our own working people are being sacrificed in order for, you know, German and French and European financiers to have a laugh. And I promise you this, the dinner was in Switzerland, and these individuals were literally having a laugh at our expense and telling me, quite frankly, how, you know, they were lining their own pockets in relation to this. And our towns, sorry.
It's just, I mean, it's almost heartbreaking to hear that. But at the same time, hotels, John Mappin, at the tip of the iceberg, figures out from GB News today, exclusively seen by us, shows an actual fact, the number of asylum seekers, 30% are in hotels, 70% are in houses of multiple occupancy, in neighbourhoods across working class Britain where nobody ever had a say, nobody ever had a veto, let alone a right to refuse. I was in Sunderland last weekend, communities torn apart by people from outside areas, thrust into traditional working class areas. And we also find out today, those in accommodation on the taxpayer's dime in Britain, John Mappin, 97% of them get the full bells and whistles. Accommodation, subsistence, phones, the full shebang.
No, I mean, it isn't. They are absolutely having a laugh. And our towns are being filled with unvetted, and I'm sorry to say, some of these people are highly dangerous young men who have zero loyalty to Britain whatsoever. So the joke here, this is not the sort of the Home Office is broken. It's been hijacked. And the data today confirms what you and I have feared. Our institutions are not any longer working for the British people. They're working against them. And the numbers are not an accident. This is a blueprint for a managed collapse. I am furious about this. And I think it is extremely important that every Briton, every person that loves their country, decides to communicate about this and to make their voice peacefully, sanely, rationally heard. I don't think there's any excuse for any type of unlawful behaviour, but we must communicate, write your MP. You know, a lot of people are suggesting, you know, that now they're going to run for office. And I think it's very important that people do get politically involved, because what we've done is we've allowed people to enter government that, frankly, do not have the British people's interest at heart. And they're being controlled by Europe. This is a complete farce.
OK, John Mappin, sobering words.